I am weeping because of my love for you, because many times I have tried to warn you, call you, and touch your heart. Yet, you still walked past as though everything could wait one more day. My beloved child, pause in this moment. Do not let this word pass by like an ordinary sound among the countless noises surrounding your life. I am not speaking to you in anger, nor have I come to frighten you until you lose your peace. I come as a father who sees his child drawing near to a turn you have not yet recognized. A path that seems harmless, but could cause your heart to ache for a long time if you keep walking without listening. There are warnings sent not to condemn, but to save, not to make you small, but to pull you out of what is quietly weakening you. You are not here by chance. And it is not meaningless that this word is touching you right now. I have called you in the quiet spaces you tried to fill with busyness. I whispered within your heart when you felt that something was not right, yet told yourself that everything would eventually pass. I placed very small signs along your path, a feeling of uneasiness, a reminder from someone, a delay that made you think, a restless night that kept you from continuing to pretend that you were completely at peace. But many times you walked past those signs, not because you do not love me, but because you were tired, because you were afraid to face the truth, because you thought you could carry everything by yourself a little longer. I understand your weariness, but I do not want that weariness to lead you into danger. Listen to me with tenderness. My child, when I say that my heart aches for you, that is not an image of weakness, but an expression of love that refuses to stand still while watching you move toward something that could shatter you. A father who truly loves his child will not stay silent when he sees that child walking near a cliff. That father will call, remind, stretch out his hand, and speak words that may startle the child. But beneath all that urgency is a heart that wants the child to live, to be at peace, and to be kept safe. I am the same. I do not warn you because I want to control you. I warn you because I know what you have not seen, hear what you have not heard, and see the outcomes of paths you still think are safe. Perhaps you are thinking that everything around you still seems normal. You still wake up, still work, still speak and smile, still tell others you are fine. But I see deeper than that outer layer. I see the silent cracks in your heart, the worries growing in darkness, the habits wearing down your peace, the relationships gradually pulling you away from purity, the choices you know are not right, yet keep delaying to release. You have grown so used to carrying the burden that you think it is a natural part of your life. You have grown so used to enduring that you have forgotten I never called you to live forever under heaviness. Today, I speak to awaken you from that familiarity. What you have become used to is not necessarily what you are destined to carry forever. There are forces of darkness that do not need to make you fall in a single day. They only need to make you careless little by little, make you postpone obedience little by little, make you take the reminder in your heart lightly, little by little, until you realize you have moved far from the place of peace I prepared for you. They plant thoughts in you saying that you still have plenty of time, that this time you do not need to change yet, that you can continue a little longer, that what is hurting you is not really that serious. But I say to you, do not let delay become a chain. Do not let familiarity with darkness make you forget the beauty of light. Do not let one small choice, repeated again and again, become a great door leading you into regret. I have seen the road you are walking, and I know what will happen if your heart is not drawn back in time. I see the consequences waiting behind a few decisions you still take lightly. I see losses that can be avoided if you are willing to stop. Pray, listen, and courageously do what is right. I see pains that do not need to happen if you do not let fear control you. I also see blessings standing near you, yet you could miss them if your eyes remain fixed on the things that confuse you. Therefore, this word is a call pulling you back, not back to guilt or shame, but back to light, to wakefulness, to my arms, where you can breathe again and see everything more clearly. My beloved child, I do not want you to hear this word and only feel moved for a moment. I want you to honestly look at your life. What is pulling you away from me? What causes you to lose peace whenever you think about it? Who or what has the power to draw you away from the purity I placed within you? Is there any decision you keep delaying though you know you need to change? Is there forgiveness you need to release so you will no longer be imprisoned by the past? Is there a relationship you need to place under my light so you may know whether it should be healed or left behind? I do not ask these things to make you ashamed. I ask so you may be free. Because what is not brought into the light will continue to quietly control you. But what is placed before me will begin to lose its power over you. Do not be afraid to return to me. I am not standing before you with a record of sins to read back every time you were wrong. I stand before you with open arms, with mercy patient enough to begin again with you. Even if this is not the first time you have heard this reminder, I know you have failed before. I know you have promised and then grown weak again. I know you have tried to change but became too tired and returned to old paths. But my child, failure is not your name. Delay is not your sentence. Weakness does not make me stop loving you. What I desire today is not for you to prove that you are strong, but for you to stop running and let me take your hand and lead you step by step. Time is not as endless as you imagine, but there is still enough for a sincere return. You are still breathing, which means I am still giving you the opportunity to choose light. You can still hear this word, which means your heart has not been completely closed. You still feel stirred, which means I am still working within you. Do not let pride say you do not need to be reminded. Do not let shame say it is too late for you. Do not let fear say that change will make you lose everything. There are things you think you lose when you release them, but they are actually the very things keeping you in prison. There are things you think you need to hold, but they are only draining your peace. When I tell you to let go, it is not to make you poorer, but so your hands will be empty enough to receive something better. So stop, my beloved child, and speak to me sincerely. Father, I am listening. Please show me what needs to change. Please pull me away from danger. Please teach me to walk in the light. A small prayer like that, if it comes from a true heart, can open a great movement. I will not leave you alone after calling you. I will show you the first step, then the next. I will give you the courage to leave what harms you, the tenderness to forgive, the wisdom to discern, and the peace to no longer be ruled by chaos. I will not let my tears for you become useless if you allow that love to lead you back. Remember that this warning is not the end, but a door of salvation opened in mercy. I still love you. I still call you. I still believe you can rise. Change direction. Step out of the old and live in a brighter season. Do not turn your back on the light simply because darkness has become familiar. Do not choose silence before the voice that is trying to protect you. Come near to me right now, not tomorrow, not when everything becomes worse, not when you have no other choice left. Come in this very moment. With everything you have, I will receive you, lead you, heal you, and help you avoid unnecessary pain, so the days ahead of you will not be written by regret, but by wakefulness, peace, and my enduring grace. There are moments in life when one decision carries far greater weight than ordinary choices. And my beloved child, this is one of those moments. I have patiently waited for you through many days and months, waiting for you to slow down, waiting for you to stop chasing the noises outside and recognize the signs I placed around you with love and mercy. Many times I gently touched your heart through very small uneasiness, through a quiet prompting you could not explain, through a feeling of unrest when you were about to step into something that was not truly good for you. I also used people who passed briefly through your life, words that seemed accidental, circumstances that seemed ordinary, to draw your attention back toward me. But you kept rushing forward, kept staying busy, kept reassuring yourself that everything was still fine, while the deepest place within you already knew that something needed to stop, needed to be faced, needed to be placed before me. Right now, from the deep love of a father, I do not come to frighten you, nor do I come to make you feel condemned. I come to ask you to stay a little longer, listen a little more carefully, and regard this with the seriousness it deserves. There are reminders that, if ignored for too long, will become regret. There are calls that, if repeatedly extinguished, will gradually harden your heart. Not because I stopped calling, but because you have grown used to not responding. I do not want you to reach a place where later you look back and say, "If only I had listened then." My child, I am opening before you an opportunity to correct your direction. Break the old cycle and step out of a road that is quietly leading you into more weariness, more pain, and farther from peace. Do not take this prompting lightly. Do not quickly scroll past as though this were only a passing emotion. What you do in this moment matters more than you realize. Your attention is not small before me. Your willingness to listen can become a door for a great change. A heart that opens, even only by a small crack, is enough for my light to begin entering the places that were once hidden. I do not require you to be perfect before you can draw near. I do not require you to understand everything before you can follow. I only need you to stop in honesty and say, "Father, I am listening." That attention is the beginning of wisdom. That willingness is where grace can work. The very moment you stop resisting and stop defending yourself can become the turning point for a new journey. There is something you have been ignoring for some time, and you know it. There is a feeling deep within you that has reminded you many times that this is not all right, that this path is not healthy, that this decision is pulling you away from peace. that this connection is taking more from you than it gives back. You told yourself that it was fine, that you would deal with it later, that when you had more time you would fix it, that when things were less tense you would face it. But my beloved child, delay has a voice of its own. It makes wrong things become familiar. It makes uneasiness become normal. It teaches you how to live with things I never wanted you to accept. That feeling is not meaningless. It is, I warning you with gentleness before everything becomes more urgent. And now, the urgency has grown greater. Not because I am angry with you, but because the door to correct this is becoming narrower. There are choices that, if stretched out too long, will create heavier consequences than you imagine. There are habits that, if kept alive, will root themselves more deeply in your heart. There are relationships that, if you keep excusing them, will continue wearing away your purity and peace. I do not say this to push you into worry. I say it to awaken you before you make a decision that could hurt you longer. I see what lies ahead that you have not seen. I see small roads leading to great outcomes. I see the seeds of tomorrow being planted in today's choices. Because I love you, I cannot let you continue walking without warning you. You are not alone in this. Even though many times you feel as if you have to carry everything by yourself, I walked with you through every season of confusion, through every moment when you felt lost, through every night when you wondered whether anyone still understood what you were carrying. I see the struggles you do not tell, the silent battles hidden behind your normal appearance, the times you wanted to give up but still tried to rise because you did not want to disappoint anyone. I have never left you. Even when you felt far from me, my presence has still been there. Not loud, not forceful, but steadfast, like a small light guiding you in the night. Many times, I pulled you away from things you did not know were dangerous. Many times, I slowed your steps so you would not enter what was not meant for you. Many times I used uneasiness to keep you from a wrong choice. But now, I need more than your vague recognition. I need your active attention. I need you not only to hear and leave it there, not only to be moved and then return to the old way, not only to nod within your heart and continue delaying. This is the moment when you must choose to listen more deeply and act differently. If you know there is something that needs to stop, stop. If you know there is a conversation that needs to be spoken in truth, ask me for wisdom and then speak. If you know there is a door that needs to be closed, do not stand before it forever just because you fear the emptiness after closing it. If you know there is a habit that is wearing you down, do not keep calling it comfort. I do not call you to change in order to take away your joy. I call you to change in order to return true joy to you. There is an old rut in your life that needs to be broken, and you know clearly what it is. You have felt it more than once, the quiet knowing that this can no longer continue as before. Perhaps it is the way you keep hurting yourself with negative thoughts. Perhaps it is dependence on a person, a fear, a memory, or a kind of reaction that once helped you survive but now imprisons you. Avoiding it only makes it stronger. Because what is not brought into the light will continue growing in darkness. But if you face it today, not by your own strength, but by truth and reliance upon me, you will begin to receive the strength to overcome. I do not stand before you to repeat the mistakes of the past. I stand beside you to prevent the pain of the future. I see the wider picture that you cannot yet see. You only see today's emotions, today's awkwardness, today's fear, the possible loss that may come if you change. But I see the road ahead. I see how much lighter you will become when you dare to release what is suffocating you. I see how peace will return when you stop compromising with what is not healthy. I see the freedom waiting for you on the other side of obedience. You do not need to understand everything to take the next right step. You only need to trust that I am leading you away from harm and towards something better. The first obedience may be small, an honest prayer, a decision to stop, a boundary being set, a truth being acknowledged, a call that needs to be made, an apology, or a letting go you have delayed for too long. Therefore, my beloved child, do not let this moment pass by as it has before. Be still. Let the excuses fall from your heart. Let my light shine upon what you have been avoiding, not to shame you, but to bring you out of the darkness of delay. I am near to you in tenderness, but my call is also solemn. Choose life. Choose peace. Choose the upright path. Choose to listen before it is too late. I will not leave you when you begin to change. I will not depart from you when the first step makes you tremble. I will go before you, walk with you, and lift you when you are weak. You only need to respond. You only need to say yes with all your heart. You only need to let me lead you out of the old rut and into a healthier, brighter, more peaceful future, where you no longer live by avoidance, but by truth, courage, and my love. This is why I am speaking to you with such strong intensity, because this is not an ordinary moment for you to hear and then leave behind. My child, there are hours in a person's life that are like a turn placed quietly along a familiar road. If you are not awake, you can walk past without realizing that from there, your direction has changed. There are reminders that do not come to fill an empty space in the day, but to awaken an entire part within you that has fallen asleep through weariness, disappointment, and delay. Today is such a moment. I do not call you urgently because I want to pressure you, but because I see what you have not seen, know what you have not known, and love you too deeply to let you keep walking in uncertainty when light has been placed right before you. You can choose to continue as before, living in the old cycle, ignoring the signs, telling yourself that everything will somehow become fine if you do not look too closely at what is wrong. You can continue postponing the changes your heart has long known are necessary. Continue soothing your conscience with promises of tomorrow. Continue letting busyness cover my call. But you can also choose to stop. You can choose to breathe deeply in my presence. Listen to what I am showing you, and begin turning toward life. The choice is yours. Because I do not force love. Do not compel obedience. Do not seize your hand with violence. But you must understand that every choice carries its consequence. One step in wakefulness can open a season of peace, while one small act of ignoring can prolong burdens you were never meant to keep carrying. I am calling you back to the place of awareness and alignment, where your heart is no longer pulled away by every noise, every fearful word, every confusion of the world. I want you to return to the path where you can feel peace instead of panic, clarity instead of doubt, life instead of exhaustion, guidance instead of feeling your way through darkness alone. You were not created to live in endless instability, always wondering what will happen next, always preparing yourself for the worst, always holding burdens that were never placed on your shoulders by me. There are things you carry because you think that if you let go, everything will collapse. But my beloved child, some burdens do not prove you are strong. They only prove that you have forgotten. You have a Father who wants to uphold you. To enter the peace I have for you, you must be willing to release what is pulling you away from me. There are habits you need to lay down, not because I want to take away your joy, but because they are quietly stealing the purity and rest within you. There are connections you need to reconsider, not because I want you isolated, but because not every closeness nourishes the purpose I placed within you. There are thoughts you have repeated for so long that you think they are truth, but they are only old words of fear. There are reactions you learned from painful seasons, but now they no longer protect you. They only keep you in the wounded place. I do not call you to let go in order to leave you empty. I call you to let go so your hands will be wide enough to receive what is new. I know it is not always easy to change direction. I know there are things that hurt you. Yet because they are familiar, you still hold on to them as though they are safe. I know the discomfort that comes when you have to admit that something in your life needs to be corrected. I know the uneasiness that comes when you have to look directly at the choices, habits, fears, and compromises you have avoided. But my child, growth often begins with a holy discomfort. It comes as a feeling that you are no longer at peace with the old, as a gentle yet firm prompting that you cannot keep living as before. Do not run from that feeling. Do not quickly extinguish it with distraction. Do not try to fill it with noise. Lean into it, because right there I am beginning to draw you towards something better. What you are feeling right now is not meaningless confusion. It may be the beginning of a renewing process. When I stir your heart, it is not to destroy you, but to awaken you from the sleep of familiarity. When I cause you to no longer feel at ease in the old place, it is not because I want you to lose peace, but because false peace has kept you too long in a place that no longer bears fruit. True peace is not avoiding the truth. True peace comes when you dare to stand before the light. Dare to let me show what needs healing. Dare to let me lead you out of what is wearing you down. You cannot step into a new season with your feet still tied to old choices. You cannot receive clarity while still loving uncertainty, because it allows you to avoid deciding. I am inviting you into a deeper freedom, but that freedom begins with the courage to say, I am willing to change. I give you this opportunity not as a burden placed on your shoulders, but as a door of mercy opened before you. I do not want to pressure you into panic. I want to awaken you so you do not enter something that could have been avoided if you had listened. There are consequences that do not come because I do not love you, but because you have many times walked past my reminders. There are cycles that continue not because I am absent, but because you keep returning to what I told you to leave. There are repeated pains not because you are destined to suffer them, but because you have not yet allowed my wisdom to change your direction. Today I do not come to blame you for the past. I come to place before you another opportunity, another invitation, another moment to choose life instead of delay. You still have time, but that time is not infinite. I do not say this to make you tremble in fear, but so you will value the hour you have in your hands. Your life is precious. Your purpose is precious. Your peace is precious. Do not let those precious things be worn away because you keep waiting for a perfect day to begin obeying. The perfect day does not always come first. Sometimes it is born from a right decision made on a very ordinary day. One honest prayer today can open clarity tomorrow. One release today can loosen a chain that has followed you for many years. One step of return today can keep you from unnecessary wounds in the coming season. What you do after hearing this word will determine what comes next. Not because I coldly place you in a test, but because true love always invites you to respond. If you hear and still continue as before, you cannot blame peace for not finding you while you still live far from the source of peace. If you hear and choose to return, even with one small step, you will see me meet you right on that step. I do not require you to fix everything in one day. I only want you to be honest. Be honest about what is pulling you away from me. Be honest about what you need to release. Be honest about the fear that makes you hesitate. Be honest about the weariness you have hidden for too long. When you bring truth to me, I will not use it to shame you. I will use it as the starting point of healing. Therefore, my beloved child, stop before you continue. Let my words settle deeper than a passing emotion. Ask your heart what needs to be corrected, what needs to be laid down, what needs to be given back to me. Do not wait until the weight crashes down before looking for shelter. Enter the shelter now. Do not wait until the door closes before regretting that you did not listen. Listen now. I am calling you back to awareness, to alignment, to peace, to clarity, to the path your heart has long desired. I do not abandon you in this decisive moment. I am standing near, extending my hand, waiting for you to respond with a tender heart. Choose what brings life. Choose to return. Choose to let me lead you out of instability and into the season of peace I have prepared for you.